Peace, infinite waters, diving deep once again. Wonderful deep divers, let's breathe. Whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Raising the frequency, raising the vibration, sending you all tons of good ass energy. Take that, take that, take that. The cat down the road said you feel good. Deep divers, listen. You don't have to have your whole life figured out to start winning. I said, you don't have to have your whole life figured out to start winning. Become your greatest version, deep divers. Do you sometimes feel lost? Like you have no purpose whatsoever? Your entire life seems meaningless and you're walking around aimlessly with no direction. Is that you? Deep divers, a lot of people are there right now, and the information I'm going to share with you in this video is not only going to blow your mind, it's going to empower you to become your greatest version. Smash the like button right now if you support the real. Smash the like button right now if you support the real deep divers, because we got a whole lot to talk about. Look, you don't have to have your whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. And I'm living proof of that, because I'm just making this up as I'm going along. Deep divers, look, if you are watching this video, this is your confirmation. The next few months are going to be a period of your greatest transformation. If you're ready for that, just say thank you. Now, the truth is, deep divers, I'm fully convinced that everyone is lost. They're just pretending like they're not lost. Like, we're born on this planet, deep divers. A lot of us don't even know what we're doing. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello there? And I want to remind you, deep divers, it's okay to be lost. In fact, it's beautiful to be lost. It's beautiful to not have this whole thing figured out. Because the truth is, I don't have this whole thing figured out. And anyone who tells you they have life figured out is probably lying to you. Because the truth is, we are all students. I'm an eternal student, learning every single day from the Most High. I'm learning every single day from the Most High. Be humble, for you are made of earth. Be noble, for you are made of stars. We've got to remind ourselves. A lot of us, we give ourselves such a hard time because we are constantly comparing our life with someone else's, not realizing each and every one of us came here for a totally different reason, deep divers. Yeah, we still do it. And a lot of people right now are blaming themselves because they don't have it figured out. A lot of people right now are feeling down. They're feeling down. They're feeling depressed. They're feeling full of anxiety because they feel they should have been further along by now. And they're not there right now. Ralph, what's going on? Deep divers, I'm here to tell you, listen, you don't have to have this whole thing figured out. You don't have to have this whole life figured out to start winning, because I'm just making it up as I'm going along. Like when I started this channel with a beautiful afro in my garden, I'm like, okay, let me just have some fun. Let me just share my personal story with the world. And I freed myself from the outcome. No expectations. Everything else is a bonus. And I said, okay, I'm going to learn as I'm going. And that's what I've been doing ever since. I'm learning as I'm going. Lao Tzu, philosopher, said, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. We've got to remind ourselves, deep divers, to be mentally kind to ourselves every single day. I'm here to remind you, deep divers, you are doing better than you think. But you have to get into your mind that it's okay if you don't have this whole life figured out, because you don't need to in order to become your greatest version. All you have to do is trust your heart. All you have to do is dare to listen to your intuition, which is pulling you in a certain direction. Dare to follow that voice, that small, quiet voice who's whispering to you every single day, go here. The universe reveals its secrets to people who dare to follow their hearts. Slow motion this side. I said the universe reveals its secrets to people who dare to follow their hearts. Listen, deep divers, you don't have to have this whole thing figured out to start winning. A lot of people you see who are manifesting right now, making something out of themselves, they just started. Like Ralph Smart just started. And you have to start where you are with what you have. You don't have to have all the latest tools and gadgets and gizmos. You don't have to have $1 million in the bank to start. You don't have to live in a mansion to start. All you have to do is have the right mindset to say, actually, the best time to start is now. Anything I want to do, I have to do it. I have to do it right now. That's my mindset every single day. You don't have to have this whole thing figured out, deep divers, to start winning. Because the one who eventually wins is the one who has consistency to take a small step each and every day. I said the one who ends up winning is the one who has consistency to take a small step each and every single day. That's what I'm doing. It's compounding. Every single day I'm showing up. And I want to remind you, deep divers, this power of showing up to your own life changes everything, and it helps you to become your greatest version. Just remind yourself, it's not the strongest who win. It's the most resilient. Slow motion this side. And I'm very, very resilient, deep divers. You know why? Because I fell face first so many times. Right on my face, deep divers. I get up again. I brush it off. I'm like, let's go again. I don't mind failing, making mistakes, because I realize I'm becoming wiser in the process. Deep divers, if you are someone who's feeling lost right now, if you are someone who's feeling a little bit shaky, baby, you don't have to have this whole life figured out to start winning. I want to remind you, that's the greatest trick they play on you every single day, to say that actually you should have this whole thing figured out. Actually, you should be a perfect person. No, deep divers, it's okay to be a bit rugged on the edges. It's okay to be the work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time. Let me repeat that. It is okay to be the work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time. I take one small step every single day. I'm like the tortoise. You got hares and then you have tortoises. I'm like the tortoise. So the tortoise and the hare have a race. The hare is so fast, but it stops just before the finish line. The tortoise is taking one small step every single day, eventually crosses the finish line while the hare falls asleep. I'm the tortoise. I go at my own pace and my own rhythm. I'm not in competition with anyone except who I was yesterday. I said I'm not in competition with anybody except who I was yesterday. Deep divers, listen. You don't need your whole life figured out to start winning, because clarity comes from movement, not overthinking. You figure it out by living it. And I love this. You figure it out by living. Do you know how many mistakes I've made, deep divers? Too many to count. And I love it because I'm getting wiser. And every single day I say, it's another training session. And once you become addicted to the process instead of the outcome, now you start to become your greatest version. Once you become addicted to the process, once you fall in love with the process, the outcome is now irrelevant. Deep divers, you don't need to have your whole life figured out to start winning. It's all about the attitude you choose to adopt in this present moment. Because society gives so many people such a hard time. It's never enough, no matter what you do. And that's the reason why a lot of people are so hard on themselves. Is that you? That's the reason why so many people feel lost right now. Is that you? Let me tell you this, deep divers, you don't need to have your whole life figured out to start winning, because every master you admire started before they knew what they were doing. Every master you admire started before they knew what they were doing. I was in my garden. Peace and infinite. I was acting like I knew what I was doing, deep divers. I had no idea. But I trusted that this felt right. I trusted that my intuition was telling me that this was going to help me grow to the next level of greatness. Deep divers, when you start on that journey, a lot of people are going to doubt you. When you start on that journey, a lot of people are going to say, what are you doing? And you're going to think that they have it figured out and you don't. No, they don't know what they're doing. Focus on yourself. That's what I'm doing every single day. I'm focusing on myself. Because most people don't know what they're chatting about. What? I said most people don't know what they're chatting about. You don't need your whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. All you need is some courage, some bravery, and some willpower and resilience. You got to remind yourself, deep divers, the universe reveals the path after you take the first step. And this is what I know for a fact. The universe reveals the path after the first step. Isn't that something, deep divers? Like, a lot of us think that the universe is just going to tell us exactly how our life should be. No. The universe reveals the path after we take the first step. And little by little, the universe starts to reveal its secrets to us, starts to reveal its plan for us. But we have to trust that intuition within ourselves. If you have a feeling to start a business today, deep divers, do it. If you have a feeling to write, do it. If you have a feeling to follow that singing passion, do it. If you have a feeling to become a scientist, do it. A doctor, do it. Start your own restaurant business, do it. Forget about the how. How is it going to work out? Just know that it will, so long as you trust yourself. Listen, deep divers, you don't need your whole life figured out to start winning. I realized one thing. I was winning the moment I started to breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Because in the early days of Infinite Waters, deep divers, I remember a woman messaged me. She's like, I watched your video today and it just made me so happy, your introduction. Just when you said breathing in that good ass prana, the backache I had, it disappeared. I felt a lot better. Thanks for saying that. Now, what was the video about? Doesn't matter. All I came for was the intro. You see, it's the energy. You don't need your whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. All you have to do is start embodying a higher energy. And that's the reason why every single day I'm balancing out my energy. Let me do some meditation. Let me do a little samba, baby. Let me start raising the frequency. Because it's not what you're doing, it's how you feel when you're doing it. It's not what you're doing, it's how you feel when you're doing it. You don't need your whole life figured out to start winning. You're winning the moment you start feeling good about everything you're doing. You start winning the moment you say, actually, I chose this life. I'm going to stop blaming other people. I'm going to say, no, I chose this. You start winning the moment you're doing everything that's going to be good for your mind, body, and soul. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I got my head screwed on. That's the reason why I'm still here today. You don't need your whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. All you need is good habits. You see, the truth is, if you adopt good habits, deep divers, success will follow you around. If you adopt good habits, deep diver, success will stalk you. Abundance will stalk you. It will follow you like, oh my gosh, yeah. It will be right behind you. Health will be right behind you. Love will be right behind you. Respect will be right behind you. Because that's what happens. The moment you are coming into alignment with who you really are, it starts with your habits. That's what I realized. I didn't need to have this whole thing figured out, this whole life journey figured out to start winning. All I had to do was get better habits. And I want to remind you, deep divers, like the right habits will change your entire life. Let me tell you a few of my good habits, okay? Because I got some bad habits, but I'll focus on the good habits. One of my good habits I've just adopted over the last few years was always going to bed in a good state of mind. Never go to bed angry. Never, ever go to bed angry. Because if you go to bed angry, you're going to wake up angry. The energy is going to stay on you. Go to bed with a simple mind and a pure heart. You're going to wake up and anything is going to be possible. Another good habit, deep divers, you want to hear it? Wish people well. Don't be envious. Don't be envious. Don't be jealous of other people. You don't know what the universe has in store for them. Focus on yourself. Wish people well and keep it moving. You want to know another good habit, deep divers? Don't stop. Keep on moving. People say, gosh, Ralph, you're like the MJ of YouTube. You're so consistent. And I tell them that you don't need to have this whole life figured out to start winning. All you have to do is be consistent. People say, gosh, Ralph, you're still creating? You're still making videos? And I'm still going to be making videos in the next 50 years, deep divers. I'm just getting started. What? I'm just getting started. You don't need to have this whole life figured out to start winning. All you have to do is remind yourself every day counts. And consistency breeds longevity in any area of your life. If you are consistent and you love what you're doing, you're going to learn exponentially. You're going to grow exponentially. A lot of people start, then they stop. They go, then they stop. You got to keep on going, and you're going to fail. You're going to eat dirt. You're going to eat the concrete, but you're going to get up and you're going to be shown things. Deep divers, you don't have to have this whole life figured out to start winning. Many people find themselves on the crossroads. And I'm here to remind you. Remind yourself of this. It's okay to be at the crossroads. It's okay to not know which way to go. And don't feel bad about going in either direction. But you're going to be pulled in the direction of your heart. Deep divers, you don't need to have this whole life figured out to start winning. Because perfection is the biggest excuse people use to never begin. I said perfection is the biggest excuse people use to never begin. How many times have you met someone, deep divers, who's like, I'm not going to start until it's perfect? They're going to be waiting a mighty long time. I'm like, I'll just do a video in one take. No edits. Let's go. Every video I've ever created is only in one take. No script, nothing. Straight off the top of the dome, deep divers. And that's the reason why I'm creating so much leverage. You don't need to have this whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. Remind yourself of this. Your purpose grows with you. It's not something you download all at once. It grows as you grow. Because life is meant to be explored, not solved like a puzzle. Momentum creates opportunity. Stillness creates doubt. You got to remind yourself, deep divers, you're not here to figure this whole life experience out, to start winning. Most people, they change every 5 years what they want. Even me. Life change. Life happens, right? You have children. Everything changes. But you can still continue to level up. When you remind yourself, deep divers, that nobody you admire figured it out at the beginning. They learned as they went along. You don't need to have this whole life figured out, deep divers, to start winning. The universe doesn't reward people who wait. It rewards people who are willing to start. Wherever they are. Just remind yourself, deep divers, if you don't know what you're doing, that's okay. Neither do I. But I can tell you one thing, I sure am having fun. That's why I'm just saying, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello there? It's the energy, baby. Look, smash the like button right now if you support The Real. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit the like button right now if you support The Real. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Actually, I do know what I'm doing. We're helping the world. And the cat down the road. Deep divers. Join the YouTube membership. Click join down below. Join the new Ralph Smart Patreon page for all new exclusive content. Click the link down below. You want a one-to-one consultation with me so I can help you become your greatest version? Book a session at ralphsmart.com/one-to-one sessions. Deep divers, go and get the brand new book. Feel alive too. Unlock your infinite power. The secret recipe to becoming your greatest version is now out on Amazon and at ralphsmart.com/the book. And of course, deep divers, go and get the Good Ass Prana shirt. The Good Ass Prana shirts, deep divers, you're going to love them. All new designs, ralphsmart.com/clothes and spreadshirt.com if you're in America. Click the link down below. Deep divers, don't think too long. It's okay to be the work in progress and the masterpiece at the same time. My mantra, begin before you're ready. One more time. Begin before you're ready. One more time. I'm not ready. Begin before you're ready, deep divers. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. Yo! Once again, deep divers, smash the like button right now if you support The Real. Share the video, subscribe to the channel. Once again, hit the like button right now if you support The Real and leave a comment down below of gratitude and appreciation. One love. Peace.